Thanks for joining us once again for our European Football Live show. It's Sunday, it's 9 a.m. We got some big games going on again today, Chris. Five of the EPL matches have just started. We have some Eredivisie games going on, and the Tottenham game has just finished. And Tottenham got a 1-0 win against Burnley at home. I'm sure you're happy about that one.
Oh, I'm over the moon. I can't stress enough how big that result is for Everton fans. So I'm excited. That just means bigger. I don't want to say what's the word I'm looking here for. Bigger
I
stakes,
don't know.
basically playing at Brentford today. A lot more on the line if we can win here, get a result.
It's still early here in the morning. I can't think of big words, Chris.
So
Uh, what else? Sassuolo has beaten Bologna 3-1 on the road. Bologna got that both teams to score for everybody who was counting on it in 93rd minute from a penalty kick. So that was a lucky hit to whoever had both teams to score in that one. Let's see what else we had. Uh, Nothing in Spain yet. Every game in LaLiga starts at 1:30 p.m. today, Chris. So we'll talk about those. We have Royal Antwerp and Club Brugge going on. It's 3-1 for Club Brugge now in 75th minute. We got two pretty big matchups as well. We got Anderlecht and Saint Gilloise later on today, and we have Genk versus Ghent as well in the Europa playoffs in Belgium. Is there anything that you like a lot today, Chris?
uh, not a ton. Um, I mean, there is some stuff obviously that I looked to put together for the parlay, but um, yeah, it was yeah. I don't want to say difficult to deal with the card because in reality it kind of is. I mean, there's so many teams with very little to play for at this point, so it's can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, we had a few interesting results in Bundesliga yesterday, Chris. Union Berlin has beaten Bochum 3-2 at home, and with that, they have qualified for the Europa League. They jumped all the way to fifth place with this win. Mainz and Eintracht split the points. It ended 2-2. Leipzig tied to Arminia Bielefeld on the road. It was 1-1, and they tied with a late goal in 93rd or 94th minute. It was a very, I don't know, unusual game for Leipzig. They knew they had to go for the win, and they really didn't try hard enough to get the win, honestly. And they got lucky because Freiburg lost to Leverkusen 2-1 on the road, but it could have ended a lot differently. So Freiburg's going to the Europa League, Leipzig's going to the Champions League. At the end of it all, Hertha was leading for a big portion of the game 1-0, and they ended up losing 2-1 to Dortmund, which was perfect for Stuttgart, who won their game against Cole 2-1. And with that, Stuttgart has got outside the relegation zone, and Hertha has dropped to that relegation promotion playoff spot, Chris. So they switched up their spots completely. And I gotta say, I'm happy about Stuttgart because they had so many injuries this season. They were struggling a lot, and now that they had to step up, they did, and they managed to stay in Bundesliga for next season as well. And after Cole lost this game, they have dropped to that Conference League spot. So that was a bust for them.
Yeah, it was definitely not the result you were looking for yesterday if you were a Hertha fan. And I mean, you look at what Stuttgart did; it looked like it was a giant party. I mean, granted, of course, it's going to be fans are going to be excited when you save your season like that. But yeah, it's now it's going to be interesting to see how that relegation playoff shapes out.
Yeah. Morning, Michael. Thanks for joining us. Now we had a Roma who was a massive favorite against Venezia yesterday. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. Listen to this stats, Chris, that Roma had. 69% possession, 46 total shots, 16 shots on target, 12 off target, 18 blocked shots, 20 corner kicks, three big chances created, and they've hit a post four times. And
I
that
know.
game ended in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, that was. I didn't know. I didn't see. I didn't delve in and see the exact statistics in that. But man, that's wow.
That's I don't know what to say about that. I
I
mean,
know.
if you look at the graph on the sofa score, you see everything is green towards Roma, and they just couldn't score a goal. I don't know for whatever reason, and it's not like Venezia is a fantastic defensive team. So
Yeah, that's more about Roma dropping points
yeah.
than Venezia earning one.
Now in League One yesterday, Chris, we also had some interesting results. Monaco was losing 2-0 at halftime, and they switched gears in the second half, scored four goals, they got an important win, 4-2 win in that Champions League battle, and it really helped them that Rennes has beaten Marseille at home 2-0. So now Monaco is, I believe, in that second place because they have a better goal difference than Marseille does. Yes, that is true. And Rennes is only 3 points away from Marseille as well. So Marseille has to win that last game of the season if they want to stay on that Champions League spot. If they lose, uh, they will be probably going down because Rennes is playing against Lille on the road. It's gonna be a tough game for them, but they can definitely get a win in that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, especially in that last round of games, like you said, with knowing what teams need and what they don't. I think Rennes in a really good spot there, and man, it was a good game for Marseille. They couldn't convert their chances, and Rennes could, and that was the difference.
Yeah, and you know what? You can tell how good they are by the amount of goals they have scored. So Rennes has scored 80 goals so far this season, which is only 5 goals less than PSG has scored so far.
Uh, but how much of that was PSG sort of wrapping up the title early and then sort of taking their foot off the gas? I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say they have taken their foot off the gas as the fact that they were struggling on so many games in the attack. Yeah, they couldn't get a goal in or whatever. They tied to Lens 1-1 twice. They they had troubles with scoring goals for some reason. I don't know why, and that does not look like a team that has Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe in. And when you add Di Maria to that, and I don't know, a bunch of other players, it's I don't know. Liverpool won the FA Cup yesterday. Chris, did you watch the game?
I watched, I'd say, about 80 to 90 minutes of it before I kind of shifted my focus to other matches.
Yeah, I watched the penalty shootout, and it was quite exciting. I gotta say, Liverpool has won in the penalty shootout 6-5. Mane missed the penalty kick. I think that was in the fifth series. Aspilicueta missed for Chelsea in the second series, and then we got a few more penalties after that when Mason Mount missed. Actually, got saved by the goalkeeper by Alisson, and that was it. Then Liverpool got another title, and this is, I believe, third time Chelsea has played in the finals, and they failed to win that competition. So,
Yeah, well, of course, it had to have been Liverpool that got the win, right?
okay, let's see what's happening in DPL, Chris. We know that Tottenham has got an early win. That was an early fixture today, 7:30 a.m. They were playing against Burnley. It was 1-0, and that puts a lot of pressure on Arsenal tomorrow.
Yeah. It. Well, let me see here. So, yeah, well, if Arsenal gets a win, they still pull 1 point ahead of Tottenham. So it's let me see who's Arsenal. Oh, yeah, Arsenal playing Newcastle at St James's Park. So I would not be surprised if Newcastle got a result there.
Yeah, and I agree. Newcastle has been playing really well. And I believe that Arsenal is a bit shaken up by that loss to Tottenham. It was 3-0, so we'll see if Arsenal can step up, get at least a point here to stay in that in the competition. But if they lose this game, I think it's pretty much over because Tottenham is playing against Norwich City in the last round, and Arsenal has Everton in the last round.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a exciting last game of the season in the EPL, Chris. Watford is ahead 1-0 right now. Everything else is still 0. Aston Villa Palace 0, Leeds Brighton 0, West Ham City 0, and Wolves Norwich still 0. So we'll see if they get the goals going. Now in Serie A we have Napoli and Genoa going, and I see that Michael is watching that game. I don't think there has been a lot of excitement. 0 shots on target, and it's 8 minutes, 0 shots at all. Not just 0 shots on target, but Napoli had a pretty good price to get a win, Chris, on the money line. It was like minus 120. They are dominating the possession right now, but that's Napoli we're talking about. They will always find a way to screw us over, I guess.
Hmm. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, I mean, Napoli was rightfully the heavy favorite here, but now you're starting to see the desperation of Genoa trying to get out of those relegation spots, and with Salernitana having to settle for a 1-1 draw against Empoli yesterday, it was maybe not the best result for Salernitana, who've now drawn 3 of their last 4. So
Yeah.
Genoa's won 2 of their last 3, and if they could get a result here against Napoli, that would be massive, and it would shift Salernitana back into the relegation zone with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe Cagliari will do something against Inter today.
Oh, sorry, was I supposed to laugh at
You can do whatever you want.
that? uh,
Now, I was gonna say, Chris, we should switch to Bundesliga 2 today. Anyways, we got quite an interesting promotion battle in Bundesliga 2. Schalke has secured their spot. They are at the top now with 62 points, and they will either end the season's first or second, and they will be getting promoted. Now, Werder Bremen is still in danger of losing that spot, the second spot. They need a positive result from their game, and Hamburger, they also need a win. Darmstadt is still in play, and even St. Pauli has a shot at qualifying and getting actually to that third spot.
okay, this is good. I'm gonna make a really ridiculous statement here. I want Hamburger to join the Bundesliga or to at least have a shot at the regulate at the that promotion playoff because I just don't like saying the names of Darmstadt or St. Pauli. I'm sorry, I just don't. Schalke and Werder Bremen mainstays in the Bundesliga in the past. Hamburger, sure. Darmstadt sounds like I just stubbed my toe on a coffee table, and that's what I screamed out after.
You
And
just like
Saint
saying hamburger, let's be
and
honest.
don't point out my flaws. Um, and Saint Pauli, this is who I pray to that I want them to fix my toe.
Now, Chris, Hamburger is playing against Hansa Rostock. They're playing on the road in this game. And like we said, they do need a win here. They are on a 4-game winning streak right now. And going back to the past meetings, Hamburger has beaten Hansa on the road in 2008. And that was it. This last game was the first one they played in years against Hansa. And they have beaten them at home 3-0. Now, the form is very much on Hamburger's side right now in this game, and they are much better team than Hansa is. And let's be honest, Hansa Rostock has nothing to play for. They are in 12th spot. They are safe from their relegation. They can't reach the promotion spot or anything like that. So Hamburger has to go all out here. They're one of the best offensive teams this season. They are minus 200 favorites, which is not good at all. So we'll have to look for value in this one, Chris. I'm kind of leaning towards Hamburger to win at over 1.5 goal, just to get a bit better price.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull my book back up to try to get the odds in that game.
So Hamburger to win and over 1.5 goal in the game, it's minus 159 here in my book, and I think that's something I would be willing to take in this spot.
Yeah, I'm especially on like I want to say deadline day, but it's like sort of just like the last game of the season. I don't know how much I want to try to that's the best way for me to say this. I don't know how much I want to just like try to muck around and try to get better odds. Like I get Hamburger minus 200, not necessarily ideal. But maybe if you put it in part of like a double or something, because I think it's just for a lot of these teams to have someone to play for. It's basically win by any means necessary, and yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Uh,
yeah,
so if you take Hamburger on the money line, if you take Werder Bremen on the money line, I don't know why the St. Pauli has plus 180 against Fortuna Düsseldorf, but we'll skip that one. And if you take Darmstadt on the money line against Paderborn at home, they're minus 235 favorites. So take those three in a three leg parlay, you're getting plus 162.
that's not bad.
Yeah. Now, if you want, you can add Schalke to that. Schalke is playing against Nürnberg on the road, but honestly, I wouldn't touch it because Schalke has secured their promotional spot. I don't think, I mean, they would certainly want to win the Bundesliga too, but I don't think it's very important for them. As long as they get promoted, I think they are fine with it. So I would just take these three. So take Hamburger SV on the money line, Werder Bremen on the money line, and Darmstadt on the money line, and you're getting that at plus 162.
Yeah, that's not bad. Um, yeah, I don't think a Bundesliga 2 trophy is what Schalke are after. Personally, I think
No,
yeah, they just want to get back up to the Bundesliga and be able to compete. And let's just hope for
eh,
for Schalke's sake, if they get back up there, they do more than go on like what was it, like a 26 game winless streak.
yeah, something like that. They were horrible. But I have a guy at work who's a huge Schalke fan, and he's been telling me that the club management is making all these changes. They have been investing more money in the young players, so they're going in the right direction. And uh, he said that he really likes what they're doing, and that they will be much better team next season in Bundesliga. So hopefully that is the case.
Oh Lord, that's just like England fans saying it's coming home. It's been coming home for
I
what?
don't think we can compare English and German fans, Chris.
I know I'm not saying we can. I'm just saying it's the German equivalent of saying it's coming home. Like when was it coming home? It was coming home in what, 98. Since
Oh,
then
it's
it's
it's been coming home for 30 years.
since 66, right? So 56 years. Yeah, see, England's got my Toronto Maple Leafs beat. At
What
least the
happened
Leafs.
to the
At
Leafs
least
yesterday? Come on.
shut up. I shouldn't have said anything, but shush.
I
That
was
was
watching the Oilers game, so at least we have one Canadian team so far.
that game was
Should have ended 7-0.
which one? I'm
Oilers.
I'm talking about the Leafs.
Oh, talking about the Leafs.
Anybody who asks me knows, like, will say that I'm probably sour grapes because of how the game ended last night. But there is no way that Tavares goal in the second period should be called back. It was one of the worst calls I've ever seen, especially for a game 7.
So you're saying the refs fucked up again?
I think so. Wow. I actually no, I don't think so because I think they were on payroll for Tampa Bay. So
That's gonna be a huge payroll considering how much money they make, anyways.
well, if there's one thing I've learned, anybody who's watching this show that has watched the morning show in the past knows that Tampa Bay can suck it.
Hey, that's my saying here, Chris.
No, well,
I won't charge you for the rights. It's fine. You can take it.
yeah, okay, well, good, okay, thanks. You're just gonna charge me for burgers. That's all. You'll stick me with the bill.
Ugh, that's gonna be way cheaper than the.
The royalty rights for suck it.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Uh, anyways, Chris, I've stumbled upon this game in Austria League. We have Rapid Wien and Red Bull Salzburg. Now, Red Bull Salzburg has secured the title a long time ago in Austria. They have been so dominant over the last few seasons that it's been insane. They're like basically Bayern of the Austrian Bundesliga. I do like both teams to score and over 2.5 in that game at -110. Now, Salzburg is far superior team than Rapid is, but Rapid has been scoring a solid number of goals this season. Defensively, they're not good at all. They have conceded 42 goals so far, but I think they could score here. They are the home team, and I don't think they can get a win, honestly, but I think they can score a goal at least.
Yeah, I definitely think so as well. I mean, it's just a matter of actually, like I said, for a lot of these teams, being able to execute on the final day of the season. So it's just a matter of how much Salzburg actually wants to sort of wants to show up and play. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
I think they will show up though.
Well, they are losing their top striker, who's going to Borussia Dortmund now again. So first they lost Holland to Dortmund a few years ago.
Oh
Now
god.
they have lost Karim Adeyemi, who's going to Dortmund as a direct replacement for Salzburg for Holland. So, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, Salzburg is one of those teams that it's very good in finding young, talented players. I'm pretty sure they have another two lined up already. West Ham just scored a goal.
Oh,
That's not good for City. I guess they will get totally pissed right now, and they'll score 4 goals by the halftime. That's what happened against Wolves, did it? They conceded first, and then they just went on a streak and scored what 5 goals.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, Chris. Let's see what else we're going on today. What's your favorite game of the day? Do you have anything?
Um, Probably this match between Atletico Madrid and Sevilla.
GG's. That's your favorite game of the day?
Well, I mean that hasn't already started.
None of La Liga games have started.
No, I mean no. I'm just saying like you asked me what my favorite game of the day was. I like other games. You know, I like that. I like that Manchester City game. I think they're going to come back. I think West Ham, just did their part for anyone who had both teams to score. But at the end of the day, I think City's going to want to rally because now their title hopes are in danger. So
Exactly. So, what are your thoughts about Atletico Sevilla game? We know that both teams would be pretty happy with the point, and point for each team would be enough for them to secure the Champions League spot.
yeah, yeah. I think you were sort of on track yesterday by saying that both teams would be happy with a draw, and I think that's the God's honest truth. I think this is just going to be, I don't want to say a boring game, but I think it's going to be just a game that's, sort of played a lot in the midfield. There's going to be a lot of mucking around. And people would say, well, then why will that be your favorite? Because you could probably get a lot of value with the draw. And you could probably get that at a fairly decent price.
Plus 215 on my book here for
Yeah,
the draw. I do
yeah,
like, I actually have the draw as a premium in this game.
yeah. Plus 220, I'm seeing on mine. So it's And people always ask me, why do you like playing draws so much? Because there's something that attracts me to the fact that I could get paid out if nothing happens.
You know what? I don't often put the draws in as my premiums, but when I do, I usually try to find a spot like this. And honestly, like everything, literally everything, is pointing towards the draw in this game. Atletico Madrid with the draw secures themselves a champion spot. Sevilla pretty much as well. We have Sevilla, who is the best defensive team in the league this season, against Atletico, whose defense has been horrible, but they have been scoring quite a bit of goals. I think more than they did in the last few seasons. So I this looks like maybe 1-1 game and that's it. If so, if I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 0-0 game here, Chris.
I think 0-0 or 1-1 or I think maybe even if you're looking for like a just like if you don't like playing sides or whatever in that game or the draw for that matter, um, under 2.5 I think is definitely worth a look as well. I think it's just gonna be a lower scoring game, so yeah, give me the
Under 2.5 is minus 190.
part of a double, part of a double maybe.
Now, Chris, what do you think about that Cadiz and Real Madrid game? We know that Real Madrid has secured the title. They were resting a few players in their midweek games. I'm pretty sure they will do it again here. They have a Champions League matchup going on in what, 10 days? 11 days?
Yeah,
13? I don't know. On the 28th, right?
yeah.
So 13 days, that's a bit less than 2 weeks from now. I don't think they will risk a lot here just to avoid any injuries and losing some of their best players. But Cadiz is in a spot where they need at least a point from this game to stay above the relegation zone. Mallorca is only 2 points behind them in 18th place. Uh, I would say this is a decent spot for another draw. Plus 240 here, but I don't think Cadiz could get a win, honestly.
That was a game I kind of struggled with. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, because like you said, Real Madrid little to play for. They've already got their focus set on the Champions League with everything else done and dusted in the domestic league. And we've already seen Real Madrid sort of put up a clunker against Atletico Madrid. But again, losing 1-0 in the Madrid derby is a lot different than losing to Cadiz, who are 17th right now with 36 points. So it's a tough game for me because again, and I've said this, when when you're going with teams that have very little to play for at the end of the season, it kind of makes it a hard thing to cap.
Yeah, I think I'll be staying away from that game completely. I think we have enough today to of the games that actually have something to play for than to go with a game where you just can't see how it might end. Now, I still do like over 2.5 in that Barcelona game for even money plus 100. Neither team needs anything here, but Barcelona is now on a three-game winning streak, and during that streak, they have scored at least two goals in each of those three games, and both teams to score. And over 2.5 has been hit in every single one of those three games. And they have conceded at least one goal in their last four games in a row. So I do like over 2.5 for even money, but I think that also both teams to score and over 2.5 might have a lot of value in it.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's just a spot where maybe you can find some value on like I said on a day where you got to do a lot of digging to find to be able to pick your spots.
Yes. Now, Chris, we've come up to two games that have a lot to play for. We have Betis versus Granada. Betis is playing to stay in that Europa League spot, or possibly even to kind of jeopardize Sevilla's fourth place in the Champions League. And we have Villarreal and Real Sociedad, two teams who are direct competition to themselves for that last Europa League spot, the sixth place. We know that Real Sociedad is not scoring a lot of goals at all. barely averaging one scored goal per game this season, while Villarreal is on a nice streak right now. They have bounced back with a win against Rayo Vallecano on the road last week, and they will go for it here against Real Sociedad at home. And they're probably getting Gerard Moreno back for this game.
Yeah, that would be huge if they could get Moreno back, and I mean, it's definitely it would be a big boost. Again, I still think that Betis is probably making the move here. I just don't trust Granada personally, but I think the case could be made for Villarreal here against Sociedad. But I think both those games are actually going to be fairly entertaining matchups.
Yeah, I do agree. And Betis is a pretty big favorite, minus 195. And I think they should be because they're a much better team. They have a lot more offense. They did lose to Barcelona recently. It was 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they get a weird win here against Granada. I would be a bit hesitant to stretch that to maybe Betis and over 2.5 or something like that. So I was looking at here. You can get Betis on the money line and Villarreal double chance. So Villarreal or draw at minus 104 for this double, Chris.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I think there's definitely a lot of value there with that double.
Yeah. Now, the Real is saying City over 3.5. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 more goals here. If not in the first half, City will definitely rally in the second half. Betis money line, like I just said, I do like it. Real Madrid under 2.5. It all depends on the lineup, to be honest. If Benzema is in and Vinicius Junior, I would go with the over, but we don't have the lineups just yet, so I would suggest you wait on that one. And Barcelona money line, I do like it, but I would rather stick to goals, honestly.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me look at that again. I like City over 3.5, but then again, you'd have to go live with that.
Yeah, because the game is already on.
Yeah.
So
Betis, I could make the case for. Real, like I said, Real Madrid and Barcelona, I think are dicey. So the way I would look at it is just I would just go with teams that have something to play for, and Barcelona, yeah, they could. Let me just pull up the LaLiga table here again. I let's see. So this is riveting. I know. I mean, they've almost pretty much got they've got the Champions League wrapped up. It's just a matter of finishing second or third. So I mean,
Barcelona, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's just done and dusted. Like I said, I like Real Betis because they do have a ton to play for here, and they could, like you said, still make the jump into the Champions League spots if we're talking about a catastrophic finish to the season for Sevilla. But again, it's not out of the question. I don't think.
Now, Chris, I would say we shift ourselves to Serie A. We have those two big games to talk about. Milan Atalanta, the game that starts at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern. Milan needs a win. Atalanta needs a win. Milan has a lot more to lose if they don't get a win here. So, what are your thoughts about that one?
Um, yeah, I think AC Milan has obviously the tougher test here. We've said that all along. Um, and I got to think that Inter tries to keep the pressure on. But again, this isn't the same Atalanta team that we've seen in the past that was scoring close to 100 goals in a season. There's the potential's still there, but again, it's the Atalanta's kind of just lacked that killer instinct, that lack of punch. So could they get a result here against AC Milan? Of course they could, but do they is another thing. So I think I'm going to still stick with AC Milan there, and I like Inter to sort of keep the pressure on because we're now at that point where if AC Milan wins and Inter slips up, that's the title race.
Yeah.
So
I honestly, I think there's a bit of money coming on Milan because the price has dropped from I think it was like plus 104 yesterday to minus 121 on Milan right now. And I was looking at the injury report. They are pretty much healthy. The only injured player is Simon Kjaer, who's been out since the season started. He got injured early in the season, and that will give them a lot more depth. And I don't expect Ibrahimovic to be in the starting lineup. He's the kind of guy, and he's at that stage of his career where he gets in the game maybe 65th minute, 70th minute, and then makes things happen, as he did in the last few games as well. But Milan is playing well right now. They are on a winning streak. They are defending well. They are scoring goals. I think they have scored. Wait, let me do this quick. They have scored 6 goals in their last 3 games. Conceded only 2. They kept one clean sheet against Fiorentina. I'm. I know that people see goals in this one, but I honestly see a maybe 1-0 or 2-0 game, and that's about it.
I mean, goals would probably be expected, like you said, but again, like I said, I would honestly, I would think that you'd maybe see 2 or 3 nil results in both games, maybe more so Inter over Cagliari, but I, I just think that AC Milan, like you said, they're just a better team here, and they're the team with more to play for. And Atalanta just, like I said, has lacked that punch. And the thing is, though, Atalanta, they do have something to play for as well, as they're tied with Fiorentina for that last spot in Europe. So yeah, again, with so much at stake in that one, I'd probably stay away from it and just kind of enjoy it as a fan.
Now, what about Cagliari and Inter, Chris? We know that Inter needs a win here, but they did play against Juventus in the Coppa Italia finals earlier this week, and that game went to the overtime. So they might be a bit tired, but there's a lot at stake for them as well in this game.
Yeah, mainly because like I just said, if they stumble, um, if they stumble and NAC manage to get all 3 points against Atalanta, that's your title race done and dusted. It's over. So
Yeah.
I think Inter probably going to come out on the front foot here. Now Cagliari would like a result as well, considering, like you said, they're still in the fight for the playoffs spot. Sorry, the relegation spots. A win here and an upset win here for Cagliari would put them ahead of Salernitana. So, but I've started to really learn in the last couple months. Just because you need a win doesn't necessarily mean you go out and get it. And I think Cagliari's up against it here, and I think Inter probably get the win. So I'd probably look at Inter to win to nil, but again, that's a tough one too.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cagliari tries to go for something here because they do need a positive result at least to give themselves a chance at staying in Serie A. They're 2 points away from Salernitana, who is in 17th place. Now, let's be honest, Cagliari is far from a great team. They do have a pretty solid striker and I'm actually surprised that that striker is still in Cagliari. And I'm talking about João Pedro, who scored 13 goals for Cagliari this season. And scoring 13 goals in such a bad team, I think that's a pretty good accomplishment. So he's the type of player that can get a chance out of nothing. And with Inter playing in the midweek, being a bit tired, being under a lot of pressure to get a result here, I think that I don't know. I honestly hope that Cagliari could do something just because I'm a Milan fan, but we'll see how this was gonna end, Chris.
Good Lord, a Milan fan, a Barcelona fan.
Only the best, Chris. I'm not a Leafs fan though.
What's next?
I don't know. I'm not a Patriots fan either.
Keep your words soft and sweet in case you gotta eat them later, or in case you'll be chewing through a straw when I'm done with
Jeez. Right. Guess we went to the dark side.
you. No, you were already there.
All right, Chris. It's time for the parlays. Yesterday, neither of us won. I was a bit closer than you, but still, Leipzig really screwed me over yesterday, but let's get on with the parlays, eh?
Yeah, I think we can do it today. Mine's gonna be strictly La Liga. Um,
Oh, there we
yeah,
go.
yeah. I tried to excuse me, sort of venture out, but yeah, I couldn't get there really with much else. And I do like what I found in La Liga. So for my parlay, I'm gonna go with both teams to score in Atletico Madrid and Sevilla. I'm gonna go with both teams to score in Villarreal and Real Sociedad, and I'm gonna take Athletic Bilbao on the money line, and that pays plus 479.
Bilbao, the money line?
Yeah,
Plus 475?
479.
79.
And
Dang.
don't short me on those 4 units.
Okay, so I have two of my picks. Now I just gotta find the third one. Let's see what else is going on today. Oh, I might take this. Let me see. Where is my Croatia League? Can't believe I'm saying that, but might actually bet on the Croatia League. Ooh, well, that's not good enough. Why'd you muted yourself, Chris?
Cause I was coughing.
I have to talk to myself then.
You have to, like, sometimes I don't even listen. So
Thank you for that vote of confidence. Uh, MLS? No, I'm not touching MLS today. I will take. Son of a gun. Do I really have to go to Serie A? No, I'm not taking this. Norwich City is leading against Wolverhampton, by the way.
yeah, I saw that.
Leeds is losing against Brighton. Come on, Leeds.
Hey,
What?
don't leave Leeds alone. They can.
They can suck it.
There you go. I didn't want to infringe on your copyright, but sure.
Uh, I will go with this one here. Oh yeah. So I have Getafe Barcelona over 2.5. Over 2.5. I have Rapid Wien and Salzburg over 2.5. And I have Genk and Ghent in Belgium, both teams to score. And that is plus 402.
That's not bad.
So these are our parlays for today, guys. Chris has Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, both teams to score. Villarreal, Real Sociedad, both teams to score. And Athletic Bilbao on the money line, all in La Liga, plus 479. I will take Getafe Barcelona over 2.5 goals. Rapid versus Red Bull Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga over 2.5. And Genk versus Ghent in the Belgian Pro League. That's Europa playoffs. I will take both teams to score in that one. And that's it, Chris. I think that was the perfect way to end our show today. We got some things going on in the EPL. West Ham 2-0 against City. Holy crap.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah. We got a few Serie A games going on that might decide the title today. If not, we'll have an interesting last game of the season in Serie A next week. It looks like EPL is getting interesting as well. La Liga is done pretty much. Might be done all of it all around today. We'll see about that. But That's it. We do have a couple of videos coming up later on today for tomorrow. There's Arsenal and Newcastle playing, and Juventus Lazio are playing as well. There will be a parlay for tomorrow coming as well, guys. So make sure you check those out later on. And that's it. Got anything else to add, Chris?
Yeah, not today. I'm just still stewing in my self pity after yesterday.
How can you still stew? It's been happening for what, 28 years?
Shut. Maybe
Oh, well.
no. It's 18 years since we made the second round.
Okay,
Not
18.
28.
That's, it's not a lot better than than
It's a
28,
whole
but
10 years.
all right. Maybe next year, Chris.
Yeah, it's always. I'm getting those words tattooed on my forearm. Always next year.
Do you think Austin Matthews will leave now? Will
No,
ask for a trade?
no, I
No?
don't think so. I think this just adds fuel to the fire for guys like Matthews and Marner. You saw Marner almost in tears in the press conference yesterday, saying they're tired of losing. They shouldn't be ashamed. That was a hard fought series, and it's again I stand by the fact saying that it's hard to win a series when it's 9-5.
I get it.
That was game 6 and 7 was some of the worst officiating I've seen. Game 6 was just brutal across the board, and Game 7 was certain plays that kind of just magnified everything that were just absolutely atrocious. So again, like you said, there's next year.
Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, enjoy your Sunday. Let's win some money, and we will see you again tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We got an exciting week. We are finishing the most of the leagues. We got Europa League finals next week, actually. So we'll make a nice video for that, and see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Good luck.